Well, look at that. A brand new first-timer tonight. Robin Higginbottom in first across the line. Jeff McKinney right behind her. Annie Marie Weiss. Hi, Annie. So good to have you back. Mike Draco representing Cincinnati. Big D coming in from Marengo, Illinois. Good to see all you guys here. Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and we're getting ready to launch another episode of America's favorite two-wheel motorcycle news and entertainment show, Shop Talk, going live every Sunday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, through the courtesy of the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio, 50 floors beneath the street level here at Cycle Source Magazine headquarters. Boy, that's a lot to say all of a sudden. Jeff McKinney in the house with us. Zara, Ariel, Gwen, what's up? James Fletcher, hello from Sturgis, South Dakota. Listen, Radar, you're way too early for Sturgis, buddy. Way too early. I've heard of showing up early to get a good spot, but that's ridiculous, man. Great show tonight, great show. The whole crew spent an incredible weekend at the BRL races, man, and it was just top notch. Biggest crowd they ever had. We were thrilled to be there. Did a little show, had some great local choppers show up. Awful proud to see what Rob Bidos and the people from Drag Specialties are doing with that show. But then today the rain came, and boy, I'll tell you what, if you want to see the difference in a racetrack between when it's nice and sunny and when the shit hits the fan, just throw in a rain forecast, because boy, it was a whole different picture. And I got to give it up to the sport bike guys, because they didn't let off the gas. They put some different tires on and they gave it hell. 50 floors going live in just 2 minutes 50 seconds here in Cycle Source Magazine. Shop Talk, time for you to get a drink, sit back, relax, and get ready. We're going live in 2.5. Speaking of South Dakota, in case you guys are wondering, all those great Buffalo Chip pictures flashing up on the screen there from the history of the Buffalo Chip, the greatest party on planet Earth. Big news coming out of the Buffalo Chip. They're taking it back to the glory days of Evel Knievel and the Daredevils of the 70s. And we got the man himself on the show tonight to tell us all about it. But boy, I'm telling you what, it's going to be a good time in South Dakota. If this is the year you're missing Sturgis, shame on you. We're going to tell you all about it here in just a little bit. David Crum reminding us that today is Mr. Captain Robbie Knievel's birthday. Everybody raise a glass for him. Bill Stevens says he's almost ready for Sturgis. We're trying to fight the reality that Sturgis is just 2 clicks away. Like, I can't handle that yet. I can't think about Sturgis yet. I can't even think about the fact that we're only a minute out from starting this episode of Shop Talk. Steve Burrow's in the house. What's up from Detroit? Hey, remember, you don't have to be another observer when Shop Talk is live. Anywhere you're watching from, any of the 15 social media channels that we broadcast this show through, all you have to do to comment on the show is comment where you're watching. It'll come up in the box, and we'll try to get to you throughout the time. So any questions, comments, concerns, if you just got some bitching to do, something to get off your chest, we want to know about it here on Shop Talk. This is your show too. And with that, let's get this one out of the station and up onto the rails and go live with Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's just after 9 p.m. on the East Coast. That means it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. I'm your host, Chris Callen with Cycle Source Magazine. Got a great show lined up here tonight, but as always, let me bring in the crew.
Howdy, howdy.
Mm-hmm. My crew. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So before we get started tonight, we got some sad news just as we sat down in the chairs in the studio about a longtime friend of the magazine and us personally, Mr. Joe Fosnot. For those of you guys that knew him, has just passed away, and that's a sad day. That's a sad day. Joe was a smile coming through the crowd that could change the mood. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of stories there.
One of us.
Yep.
It's real sad when you one of us goes.
Yep.
Sorry for your loss, guys. So
yeah, our prayers and hearts go out to his family, obviously, but that's we just wanted to get that out of the way early. We had some really I brought you your hard pass. Did you get your hard pass?
Yeah, I flipped it over.
Show everybody that you're actually officially maybe the second greatest motorcycle photographer in the world now.
He took the lens cap off. I'm so impressed. I double checked.
Did you? Yeah, I'm known for taking hours of filming and never taking the
Hey, I heard there was
cap
a time Chris forgot to put film in the camera.
Yes.
We were talking about that this weekend.
Those are the good old days.
Yep.
Hey, the funny part about it was all those pictures I took, those girls loved having their picture taken.
He did on purpose. We were in Chillicothe, and everybody kept doing what they do at Chillicothe, which anybody that's been to Chillicothe knows, and I don't even have to bring that up. But Mark was so appalled that he didn't take the lens off the camera, but he acted like he was taking all taking all the pictures. You know, he was like, yeah, show it to me.
I can't, it blows my mind that you've actually made it 26 years. I hear these stories. Like,
isn't it great?
Nobody's
9
more
times
surprised
out of 10,
than us.
it shocks me. Not only does it shock me that you've made it 26 years, but the fact that you're actually still alive is even more
and that
amazing.
most of these people still talk to us. Let's
See,
be
there's
honest.
Good Lord.
So the time that we had this weekend, we want to give a shout out to our motorcycle brethren over at BRL, the Bagger Racing League, had their first and second round races in Pittsburgh this weekend. We got to throw a motorcycle show and give away some trophies and stuff. It was pretty righteous, but you know, it was just the best race that they've had so far. You know, going into the third season, it was perfect weather on Saturday.
Oh yeah, it was.
The
nice.
attendance was so long. Somewhere in here, there's a video of the crowd that was waiting to get in there.
I think that's on your phone.
And I mean, no. Well, that video, we're not going to play that video on air because it was me complaining.
Oh,
but 2 hours there was a line.
Yeah,
there's the line.
that.
Look at the line backed up.
It was insane. They've never had that many spectators at a BRL race, and like it was just off the hook. People could not wait to get in.
At one point, when you were getting in there, you had to pee in a cup and give a DNA test. So it was like the most absurd thing I've ever been through.
I got to tell you, it did my little chopper heart so much good to see all those choppers roll into the show.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yes.
And dude with the Pink Panther chopper, like still,
that I think is my favorite.
That's my favorite bike. So.
Absolutely. And there were some great bikes there. I know racing got delayed a little bit.
If we can get him and F&A and the Eric from F&A in the same room together, shit would get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine
And
that?
this right here, like, so we're showing Jake Masters signing some autographs with a few of the other racers, and like Jake was a blast. You know, we had him on the show a couple weeks ago. He got out on the track, did well, you know, had a great time.
Yeah,
he was smiling ear to ear.
He ended up on the podium, right?
Yep.
For his first time out there. I was super happy.
And there was absolutely no doubt. Like, the fans were there to see the big baggers run, and they got a hell of a show. The Trask bike was on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say they
not
were
literally
impressive.
Yeah.
Well, no,
not literally, thankfully, because that's happened before.
Yes.
That happened to the Alloy Art guys, right?
What happened to Chopper Friends Throwdown? But
that's a whole other story.
Poor James, who just came on. Hey, James, how you doing?
So, a lot of great stuff, and we're going to have complete coverage. Should be by next week or at least the week after. We'll have complete event coverage from the first 2 rounds of BRL. Definitely put that on your calendar. They got bunch of cool races coming up this year, and you want to see these guys because, you know, when you talk about a grassroots campaign, you know, yeah, you can see the guys from Trask and Fueling and, Alloy Art and the pros of the top of this thing pushing the envelope. But you also see guys that are showing up there on Friday.
Yeah.
They're going to the race school. They're getting their license and they're going
track.
out on the track, And
like, no offense, but I'm so glad War Pony only goes straight.
Right?
Like, seriously, I thought for sure.
Few adjustments.
Yeah, we could, Mark, we could lean. It doesn't have to turn a lot to lean.
No,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, War Pony really only goes straight. It's like a 5,000 point turn.
So we could do that.
I've had some track time, but I haven't had the kind of motorcycle under me that War Pony would be out on that track.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Have you had time on a track like that other than out in with Pirelli?
Yep. No, we've done a bunch of stuff. We used to take so Bill Baumberger, Newcastle Harley Davidson, was the main, like the title sponsor of the BRL Pittsburgh races.
Which was so good to see him.
It really was.
A long time.
And his pre-party, he had his old Buell race team bike there that like Sean Higby and a bunch of guys had piloted. He used to let us take the new Buells out to Beaver Run for track days, and he would give us the race bike to take too. Like, and I said this on stage there, giving awards away. The fact that Bill Baumberger still talks to me is ridiculous, because we would take brand new motorcycles out of his corral and just beat the ever-loving dog shit out of them at that track.
Robbie Estes, I want to be an MC for a day at the Sturgis Rally. # set list guy. Do you know who that is, honey?
I don't.
No clue.
I don't think I do. But hey,
you never know. We may need a night off.
Don't ever ask if you can help out with anything.
Our schedule's a little full. Chris could probably use a hand. Matt and Oski, whatever. Regards from Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Nice. So listen, man, if it's your first time watching, this is Shop Talk. Every Sunday we go live with this program at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of entertainment. We do an interview here and there. We start the whole thing off with a segment specifically called The News.
The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers.
You stepping on my news thing again?
No, just for the record, every time that you introduce it, you have to say it like, I don't know why, in my head you have to say it like, the Bears.
The news.
That's just how it has to be.
Okay, well, you tell me, at least off
Fix
the air,
it.
wait until you correct me.
No.
It's way
That's
more.
no fun. It's way more fun
Mark,
this way.
It's way more fun on
How
the air.
about while we're at the pre-party, Baumberger, first thing out of his mouth is, you're mean
So
to her
good.
on air. Oh, Jesus. Really, dude?
Well, you are, but that's besides the point,
See? Everybody, see? Thank you, Mark.
Back to the news. This comes in from Motorcycle Product News, or Motorcycle Power Sports News. Harley Davidson Enthusiast Collection introduces Fast Johnny.
Seriously, dude.
Harley Davidson celebrates muscle car culture and its racing heritage with the introduction of Fast Johnny, the 23 addition to the Enthusiast Motorcycle Collection of limited run bikes featuring factory direct custom paint and graphic treatments. Executed in celestial blue with white racing stripes, this special enthusiast collection paint scheme is offered factory installed for 3 23 Harley-Davidson models, the Lowrider ST, the Street Glide ST, and the Road Glide ST motorcycles, with combined production limited to no more than 2,000 of each model globally. Fast Johnny.
I hear Bud Light's advertising team's going to start working for Harley.
Oh. So I got to tell you how blonde your wife is. I think I need to stop dyeing.
Nice.
I think I need to stop dyeing my hair a little bit.
I love that this is you saying this and not me.
No, seriously, because I'm over here and I'm trying to scroll your screen that you have up. Because I want to see more pictures. I'm like, what is wrong? Why is this not scrolling?
I want to know if somewhere along the line the advertising team there has listened to us. Because every time somebody went by, like, hey, check out Johnny.
Look at there you go, Johnny.
Johnny Bad.
Good for you, Johnny. So Middle Tennessee Concrete says, I like Fast Johnny. I like the bike. I just think the name's dumb.
Yeah. But there's a reason. There's got to be a reason.
Does he mean he knows a guy named Fast Johnny?
You know a guy?
Yeah. Do you know a guy? What's going on here? Okay.
So
for my next gig.
I don't know if there's a reason. It doesn't say any reason about
Whether
Fast
they
Johnny.
came up with it or nothing.
It says
Call Brad.
celestial blue base color selected for Fast Johnny recalls a popular tone from the muscle car era. I have never listen.
No.
I've been a muscle car fan for my entire life.
Me too.
Okay.
Nice try though.
Moving on. Induction ceremony to headline AMA Hall of Fame Days on campus of American Motorcyclists Association, September 14th through the 17th. So this is a ceremony for them to introduce the inductees for this year.
Wow.
And a packed schedule for 2 days that their participants will follow a full day's route that leads from the AMA headquarters through southeastern Ohio and back. 15th annual AMA member meeting, the Hall of Fame supporter brunch, public reveal of the class of 23. All of this goes on just to announce who their 23 inductees. And, it immediately made me feel bad for Leah Whaley and everybody from the Sturgis Museum because all they got for their reveal was us.
That's it.
But she's
I do like a
doing
nice brunch.
amazing
She is.
things. I'm
She is.
so excited to have her in that position. Like,
She is.
It's
And hey,
awesome.
listen, speaking of
See,
that,
that's what I thought, Jeff.
speaking of that, Ford Racing colors.
Yeah, it is. No.
Not really.
If you go back,
not
the
really.
Cobra.
The Cobra was not celestial blue. I
Well, not
promise you.
celestial, but it was
No.
that bluish. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was hard blue.
Nice try, Johnny. Nice try.
Johnny,
I'm gonna
Johnny,
punch
good,
you.
Johnny, good try.
All right, so listen.
I'm calling Bill.
Speaking of the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame, we're going to take a break real quick and actually check out a new feature here on Shop Talk that we're going to do semi-regularly called the Museum Minute. Let's check it out.
Hey everybody, it's Leah Whaley with the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame. And for our Museum Minute today, we're going to take a walk around some of the artifacts, memorabilia, and a really cool motorcycle down here in the Military Gallery at the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame. Today we're going to do a walk around one of our customized motorcycles here at the museum. This is a 2018 Street Glide, but it's not just any old Street Glide. This Street Glide was customized to commemorate the commissioning of the USS South Dakota SSN 790. What that is a Virginia-class nuclear submarine. And this bike is a really great collaboration among the Harley-Davidson Motor Company, J&L Harley-Davidson, Black Hills Harley-Davidson, the USS South Dakota Commissioning Committee, and artist Mickey Harris. And Mickey is from Menno, South Dakota as well. For those of you that don't know the history of the USS South Dakota, the USS South Dakota is one of the most highly decorated battleships during World War II. In fact, if you go to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, you can go check out an outline of that Battleship X at the Battleship Park. Let's take a look at some of the memorabilia in the gallery that gives you more information about Project X, the USS South Dakota battleship, and the Virginia-class submarine SSN 790.
We're the Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers. We understand the challenges riders face every day. As riders, we want to share the road and be seen by motorists. Remaining visible is critical to our safety and well-being. That's why we work tirelessly to promote motorcycle safety and awareness. We're proud to support our community that includes riders of all stripes. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
I'm Brian Clock from Clockworks in Mitchell, South Dakota, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and today I want to talk to you guys about tires. So I'm in the Dennis Kirk warehouse where they pretty much have a tire for anything on two wheels. You know, that's one of the tricky things today in your local shop. Sometimes it's hard to get a tire. Well, they ship today from here, so pretty much any of these you can have tomorrow. Everything for your dirt bike, your ATV, your UTV, you can get these out today. And in addition to features like the tire finder on their website, if you buy the wheel at the same time you buy the tire, you get free mounting and balancing. Check them out today at denniskirk.com.
All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. Great show lined up tonight, and we're so honored and privileged to have our guest on. We're going to talk about one of the most epic happenings in a long time. You know, we constantly, you see, we're smart asses. We bust balls about everything here. We constantly complain that the motorcycle rallies at large, and this has to do with a lot of the regional rallies, really. The regional rallies have systematically, year after year, taken more of the motorcycle out of the event. You know, a lot of your hometown, usually anything ending with the word Berg rally, Berg bike week, like any of that stuff, will you'll find that it's almost sterilized completely of motorcycles. But one event has always been, it seems like Sturgis sets the tone, sets the bar. That is the qualifying level. They are
that
constantly,
is the bar, though, right? I mean,
they're constantly looking for what can they do next to outdo things.
Yeah.
And when we did our Sturgis documentary, the 80th anniversary, we got to sit down with the owner of the Buffalo Chip, Rod Woodruff, and that interview alone just like made me realize the commitment that this cat has had his whole life for this. And this year he's taking it over the top. I don't know what else to say. Let's get him on here and we can talk about it.
Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectro Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth.
All right, here we go. Big news. Let's welcome you to the show first. Thank you for coming on with us tonight, sir.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So, you know, we say this like it sounds like a marketing tagline when you say best party on planet Earth, but like really, when you go to a place and you see consistently year after year, you guys are raising the bar, you know, whether it's with race and even the fact that years and years ago you offered a free area outside of the gates of where you charge admission. And I think you do as much, if not more, events and activities for the rally goers in those areas now than you even do inside the amphitheater. So your level of commitment is beyond reproach, but this year absolutely taking it over the top.
Oh, well, I certainly feel like that. I mean, it's so exciting. I mean, we're all about motorcycles. Motorcycles are the heart of everything that we have, everything that we do. And like you were just saying, it just becomes sterilized after a while. You don't have something new, something exciting, something that you can really get behind this motorcycle. And I think this year, I'm just really excited about it. Just very excited.
Well, for anybody that missed any of the news that's come out, any of the social media, let's take a real quick look at the roll that you sent in, and let's get into this.
The Sturgis Buffalo Chip has hosted countless risk takers over the years. Among them were daredevils who risked it all, cheating death for thrills and glory. It's been a legendary ride, and now 2 daredevils will push this death-defying legacy to a whole new level. Blake Whalenda and daredevil Kyle Ives will risk their lives attempting the Deathwire Daredevil Spectacular, a death-defying feat that history's greatest daredevils wouldn't do. In 1973, Evel Knievel cleared 13 cars while Carl Whalenda wire-walked overhead. Today, Blake Whalenda, Carl's great-grandson, carries on the bold tradition as he attempts the longest high-wire walk of his career. The Deathwire over the Sturgis Buffalo Chip Amphitheater. At the same time, Kyle Ives will jump his motorcycle over Whalenda without striking the wire, the daredevil or the balance beam. He must land successfully on the other side. There will be no net. The Deathwire Daredevil Spectacular, August 10th at the Sturgis Buffalo Chip Amphitheater. A death-defying Daredevil Spectacular unlike any in the history of time. For cancer awareness.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm nervous just watching it.
Right?
Dude,
like,
so...
That's gonna be like a one eye open, grind your teeth.
So listen, I gotta tell you how impressed we are with this. We're actually we do every year in Sturgis on Thursday night we do a 70s like disco party, It was Heather's brainchild, and we're actually.
I think we're going to reschedule.
We're going to reschedule it and clear the floor because there is nothing else that anyone within hundreds of miles of Sturgis, South Dakota. This is going to be like being a kid again and watching Evel Knievel jump cars.
I'm wearing a helmet.
I'm rescheduling my party for this. I can't believe it.
You know, I had Sean Ives, Kyle's father, and Blake Willinda out at the Chip last week, trying to set this up because it really is serious. I mean, it's no joke. The high wire, we're tying it to the stage up, to get elevation. Then we're stringing it across the amphitheater up behind the party deck. If anybody knows where that's at, over on the hill. And where it crosses Main Street, right in the middle of the amphitheater, that wire is going to be 30 feet above the ground, right? And Kyle Ives then is going to come up and we had a ramp specially made for this jump, and it's never been done before. And so I was just nervous. Well, I'm nervous about everything because that deal about could die is absolutely a possibility. So I mean, this is a no joke, death defying real. It's not an internet game. They aren't going to get up and do it again if it doesn't go right. I mean, it's going to be over. So I mean, I wanted to have this right. So they come out as best we could. We figured out where the wire is going to be, how we're going to get it to 6,000 pounds of tension so that he'll have, I mean, this thing's only 5/8 of an inch in diameter.
Wow.
So it's 575 feet long, right? So Blake is going to have to walk 300 and some feet on the wire before he gets to where the jump is going to happen. And then that jump comes over, it's over him, over on the other side again, without hitting him, without hitting the wire, without hitting the balance beam that he's carrying to make that be able to walk that wire.
With the height,
5/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Seriously, look at that. That's this.
That's
ridiculous.
Thinner than an Arlen Ness frame back in the days.
Oh, geez,
right?
Mary and Joseph.
So this is for the height that you're talking about, the wire, the guy on top of it, and clearance like that. The jump has to be expecting at least to clear above 40 feet. So that bike's going to have to be sailing well over 40 feet to make this safe.
Well, that's just high. He's got to clear the width too. I don't know just how long that is. Sean, Kyle's father, is the guy that does the mathematics on this thing. So they just come out and we got to figure out where the apex of this jump is going to be,
right? And
then how much distance he's going to actually fly in order to pull this off. And so, it's a serious dang event. There's no monkey business. This is a serious.
Was this your idea?
Flying stunt that nobody's ever thought of before. Nobody's ever done it before. We didn't realize it when we come up with this idea, but somebody sent us a poster. 1973, Carl Willinda did a high wire walk over the top while Evel was jumping below him.
Yeah, but he jumped under. He jumped under. I mean, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story. That's right.
And that's not going to say that Evel Knievel couldn't have somehow screwed that up and still taken out the high wire.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because he was buck wild when he was in the air. What was your question, Heather? Was this Rod's idea? Like, did you dream this up?
Yeah, we actually, it started off with Sean calling me to make sure that I'd heard that Robbie had passed, and I was talking about inviting Sean. I'm having a memorial ride from the Chip where Robbie landed right out in front of the front of the house
right
in
on.
2000 when he did that jump over the stage. And we're having a memorial ride from there out to Butte on June 30th. And I was inviting him there, and he thought he was going to do a jump in Butte during the Memorial Days. There's memorial services on July 1st and July 2nd. And so we got to talking, and Sean himself had been diagnosed with cancer while he was at the Chip a couple years back. And when the doctors saw him there, they said, you better just give up everything you're doing and go home right now. And when he called me back, he said, I want you to know I am cancer free. Didn't think that was going to happen. Went from knowing I was near death and there was nothing that could be done to being cancer free. And I'd like to do a jump that we could do that would be raising cancer awareness. And so, how to put that together. And so that we joined in with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, because brain cancer has been a terrible thing for children in this country lately. And so we're also raising funds from for cancer research with this jump and the promotion of the jump. And so just one thing led to another. And we had talked with different folks about helping out with the stunt. I don't know exactly what all is going to need to be done for that yet. We're still working out the details, but we know where the wire is going to be. We know where it's going to be tied up. We know how we're going to get 6,000 pounds of tension on that wire without pulling the stage over, and which is always a genuine concern. You never know. It's not anything we've done before, put that much pressure on there.
Well,
and,
listen, I got to say, officially, this may be the greatest official stunt that's ever been pulled at the Buffalo Chip, but I know there's a few unofficial records out there that they're pretty close.
Well, and what's every year we wonder, what are we going to do better next year? And right now, just thinking about how we're going to pull this one off, and so so we are so excited about it. And talking with Blake and with Kyle and Sean Ives, it's going to be spectacular. And I think let's see that one of Robbie's suits, the family and the Evel Knievel Museum are going to lend one of Robbie's jumpsuits to Kyle.
Wow.
So he'll be thinking of Robbie very much when he's doing this jump as well. And of course, you can't be thinking about any kind of a stunt with a motorcycle without thinking about Evel Knievel. Right. So, it's a legacy. It's a tribute to both those guys and to Carl Walenda, who incidentally died when he fell off the wire doing a stunt a few years back. So this is just one of the. What an honor to be able to host it, to have it happen at the Chip, and really have something about motorcycles again that people can actually get excited about.
Well, that's real history too. You know what I mean? Like, this is really in our generation, it becomes increasingly hard to set something down as this was a historic moment in motorcycle, and this is going to be that, undoubtedly.
Yes, it is.
And we have a question in from David Crum. He wants to know if, and I'm assuming now that you said that thing about the leathers, but he wanted to know if anybody had reached out and invited members of the Knievel family, if they'll be on hand.
I can't say if they'll be on hand or not, but yes, I've spoken with Robbie's daughter about it, and spoken with his brother, Kelly, and I had talked with Kelly about this, and with the Robbie Memorial Ride, a day or two after Robbie had passed away. I mean, we were all, Robbie was a big part of the Chip, right? I mean, he just was with us forever. He's one of our family. And it was a big deal. So as soon as I heard that Robbie passed, I called Kelly and spoke with him. And then before we released the video clip that we put together there, I sent that in the transcript to Kelly just to make sure the family was good with it. And Kelly very graciously said one word: approved.
Right on.
So yeah.
Well,
thanks for asking.
There's two pictures here I want to look at just for a second to put into perspective, and I'm sure you can tell us exactly what the year was of this picture.
1982.
Okay, so 1982, and I want anybody that hasn't been to Sturgis since 1982, if you don't know, if you don't appreciate the grandeur that is the Buffalo Chip, and especially the Buffalo Chip Amphitheater, 1982. Fast forward to 2022. This is a hell of a joint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to look back on those days, man, it's incredible, because I think in one of the pictures I even saw where you guys had a sign or a T-shirt that said that, and this was 1982, the Buffalo Chip Picnic.
Yep.
Huh?
That was the idea at first. It was just going to be a picnic, a beer party, keg party, and we had a little music lined up. That's for sure. But yeah, as you can see, it was just a nascent event.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I'm sorry, Rod.
Oh, I was just saying that was our patch for the year.
That's great.
That first year that you did this, did you ever think that you're coming up on 40 years pretty soon, right?
This is our 42nd annual event.
42nd. Oh, wow. Time's flying way too fast. So did you ever think 42 years ago that the Buffalo Chip would be what it is today? Is that what you set out to do?
No, I was wondering how the keg party was going to go and make sure the beer was cold.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I can't even imagine the kind of logistics.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Not even, okay, so that whole operation, like if you watch that, it's literally from 10,000 feet, it would look like an anthill, because there's people just, everywhere. It's a mad amount of people running. I can't imagine keeping track of that the whole time. But something like this, there are so many moving parts in this, and like you asking, I'm not sure how many things you have to prepare for something like that. I'm sure that in the background you have a steno book full of all the things that have to be prepared for.
We're building it.
Right.
As it turns out, the 5/8 inch cable I had wasn't going to be satisfactory, so we've ordered a new cable for it. And it's just little things like that you can't have. What happened with somebody when we were using our zip line? We'd had the cable laying on the ground and somebody drove over it. No big deal, you and I might think. But the guy that was doing the zip line was irritated because it weakened the cable.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we got about 2,500 pounds of pressure on the first cable that we used, and it broke right because somebody had driven over it.
Yeah.
And it just rubbed those cables together. So we're in the process of getting a new one. But yeah, we can't have anything go wrong that's our fault on this sucker. That's for sure, right? We have to be paying attention.
Absolutely.
These guys are staking their lives on us having everything done right. And so we want them to have every advantage they can have.
Yeah, and it's amazing how sensitive something that heavy structural actually is in the long run. How important it is not to mess with its integrity by any means.
Yeah, that cable was supposed to be good for 23,000 pounds of stress.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. There's only one spot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all it takes, right?
We have another comment in. Let's see, who did this come in from? Mike Draco says, "How about the 100,000 plus spectators for Kid Rock?" And that is impressive, but it's not like that's the one and only time that you guys had a mass crowd of sizes like that. I mean, you've had some really, really incredible nights there.
We've been very blessed, and we appreciate everybody coming, and we hope they come back and see this too, because like you, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event that is going down in the history books. It just isn't going to happen again. It's never happened before. This is it.
Nope.
Now, I mean, you just, with this, even with the planning of this, you've set the bar like pretty damn high.
Yeah, here
For
comes
yourself.
here comes the question. This is what she does to me. So here it comes.
No, you've set the bar pretty high, and you know you're going to have to do something bigger and better next year. Like,
Well,
how
when
do
you
you
think
top
about
that?
When you think of what it's going to be, let me
Rod, if
Damn it,
I
I
think of it, I'm
can't-
probably not telling you.
I can't believe I didn't think of that answer. That's what I
Yeah.
got. Listen, I'm gonna have that in my hip pocket for you next time,
Right?
kid.
Well,
Right
you
on.
come out swinging like that, it's like, it's hard to, because you have to follow that up.
Hey, listen, I gotta tell you that this cat he comes up with these ideas. I
Yeah.
can remember when they first announced that Snoop Dogg was going to be at the Buffalo Chip, and I was like, I have to tell you, Rod, in all full disclosure, I was like, he has lost his mind.
I was pretty excited.
He's lost his mind. There's Snoop Dogg and Sturgis. Are you kidding me? This is going to get out of hand. There's no way this is going to be cool. And man, Snoop Dogg himself from your stage told everybody that he hopes to come back. It was one of the greatest shows he's ever had. He loved the people. Everybody loved him.
Yep.
Proved us.
It was a surprise, very pleasant surprise for everybody, myself. But that's our motto. Remember, ride free, take risks. We calculate them. We like to think, and some of them are a little bit closer to the line. But without risks, there's no big rewards. There's no real fun unless you're out there taking some risks, riding free.
That's it, pushing
That's
it to
it.
the edge. That's what it's all about.
So Steve Broyles wants to know who your first bands were.
Our first bands,
Yep.
we had Susan Nelson and Johnny Paycheck showed up.
Oh, that's right. I remember from the
Yeah,
interview.
there was a raft of regional bands, friends of ours that performed, but those are the names that you might know. And you probably hadn't heard about Susan Nelson either, but that is one of Willie's daughters. And she actually wrote a book and said how nice the bikers were out there in her book.
Right on.
So,
What was the first big band you had out there? Like the first national touring act, like that you were like, this is.
well,
this is
when
a
you
big
say
thing.
big band, we probably the first time we filled the place up or felt like we filled it up, and we had Iron Butterfly out there probably in
nice.
85
Wow.
or 86, and it there hadn't been any music really involved with motorcycle events before that, and I'd guess people were just hungry for it, and Inagata Davida, man, it won the night.
Yeah. I
Right
can
on.
imagine.
Right on. And see, that's, I guess the perspective is everything, because as I get a little bit older, I start to appreciate, like when you think about you're younger and you hear the Iron Butterfly was at the Buffalo Chip, and it's like, yeah, like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
No, that was just a minute ago for all
Yes,
of us.
sir.
You know what I mean? But what a significant part of history for both music and for motorcycles, and that crossroads of the two that we talk about. Really great.
Now it's hard
Well,
to find
thank
the
you
one
for
without
that.
the other.
Yeah. Right on, man. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing this with us. And I'm hoping that, like I said, we're moving the party. We're moving our party so that we can be
there's
there.
something that's going to make me move
Oh,
that party.
we have to. There's nothing. This is going to be like Thursday in the daytime in Daytona.
Oh, yeah.
There's
it's
nothing
like-
else going on but Willie's Chopper Show. There is
Yeah.
nothing else going to be happening in Sturgis but this event. So clear the calendar. We're coming to the Buffalo Chip.
Yeah.
Well,
Save
we're
me a
looking
seat,
forward
Woody.
to seeing you.
Right on, man. Well, maybe we'll maybe leading up to the event, we can actually we'll do another little update, and maybe we can get Kyle and maybe even Walenda's on
Yeah,
with
they're
it too, or
we are
Walenda.
actively working on having them come on together sometime between now and the show. So
Right on.
That'd be wonderful. We'll help you line that up. Just let us know when you want it to happen.
thank you so much.
All right, sir. Well, thank you again. Thanks for coming on with us.
All right.
See you
Thank
soon,
for doing
Woody.
what you do.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, hey everybody, you're watching Shop Talk here in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. I'm your host, Chris Cowan with Cycle Source Magazine. We got a lot more show to check out. Right now, we're going to go and dig on this cool feature bike. And when we come back on the other side, Heather's going to do some events. We're going to talk some more bullshit about the news.
Oh, are we going to do Sean's bike? I want to show him Sean's bike.
Sean's bike.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, hey, let's do that real quick right now. So one of our buddies, Pittsburgh native, is getting ready to go represent at the Born Free People's Champ, right? That's what the thing's called.
Built Wells People's
And he has
People's
built
Champ.
an incredible motorcycle for this thing. But one of the coolest things about it is how the thing starts.
Inertia.
And we had a little piece on him with this bike before it was even close to finish, and he was just getting the starting mechanism figured out, and it's the old crank start for old airplanes. And I want you to listen to this thing, because when this panhead first fires up, it sounds just like an old airplane getting started. This is Sean from Competition Distributing. Now I understand why those old airplanes had that squealing sound when they were first getting started. It's that mechanism.
And everybody else better bring some big shoes to fill that setup.
No shit.
That's
no
super
shit.
unique.
Because you ain't taking Action Jackson down without something tough.
That's right.
He's coming correct from Pittsburgh, baby, right there. So we wish him all the luck, and hopefully we're gonna bring that in, more with between the magazine and getting some video and everything of that stuff. But that motorcycle is truly outrageous.
Yeah, super
proud.
The kid's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, he's just brilliant.
So let's go check out another cool feature bike. This is a chopper that we got this year in Daytona with the Dennis Kirk Garage Build Show.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
Jack Deagazio, East Syracuse, New York. The motor's a 76 shovelhead. I bought back in 1979. It's been in 3 frames. The frame was built for me by Peter Penz in Austria, shipped over to me. The front end's a Harman girder from Bill Holland, Executive Choppers. I had Mo Diaz do the paint. Hernan Diallo did all the engraving. And fabrication, I did all the steel work, all the metal work, roughed it in. And then when I shipped it down to Miami to Mo Diaz, he polished, finished everything off, made it look, the lines flow and everything. The twisted was done by D-Twist in Toronto, Canada. He works with Mo the painter and Hernan the engraver and Darren all work together for the Lowrider and show in Vegas, and they make tricycles and bicycles. My garage is like a one-stall little garage. I got a lift in there. I got all my welders, all my tools, all the bikes I have. When I work, I do have no heat in it, so I have to have a kerosene heater to work on the bikes. If I have to do welding or grinding, I have to pull all the bikes out and cover them if it's raining or snowing, so I can do any welding or grinding on the bikes. I've got no room at all. The other bikes, I built a 1964 Sportster chopper that I built for Michael Lichter's show. Then I built a 82 digger that I got the frame from Arlen Fatlin, from Arlen Nuss. And I got 2 bobbers I built, both 74 motors. And now I'm building a Frisco chopper with a 1974 shovel in it. All the engraving was done by Arlen Nuss, put in a box and put away. And Arlen Fatlin sold them to me. Shipped to me, and when you open the box with all the engraved parts from Nuss, the newspapers say 1975 on them. They've been in storage since 1970. Yeah. That's just an honor to have them on the bike. My name is Jack Deagazio. I'm from East Syracuse, New York, and I'm a dedicated garage builder.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. The race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
Hey, I'm Ron Fleener.
All right.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, we dropped his
Fleece Color Factory, you're watching Shop Talk.
Renamed him.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and I'm here. I'm at the Dennis Kirk warehouse. Over 160,000 items in this room. You guys hear me say it all the time. Last minute in the garage, waiting to get that part you need. This is where it comes from. Check them out today, DennisKirk.com.
Okay, and we're back in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studios. Lots left to go in this show. Like we said, we were hanging out this weekend at the BRL, and I got to tell you, like, I got to spend a lot of time with some guys like Nick Trask, and you know his enthusiasm for this. We just explored with that long form interview we did with him. 2 bikes now he's racing, and he said right in the interview when I was interviewing him at Pittsburgh Raceway, he was like, "Cause I'm not dumb enough to just stick with one bike. I have to have 2 bikes out there." But him, you know, Danny Fitzmaurice from Zippers, Luke Leatherman, like there's a lot of solid cats behind this, really supporting, and not to forget Jeff Zielinski from NAMS, and you know, bunch of people really putting their shoulder to this thing. But you got to check it out. If this thing is within the proximity of you spending a day of travel to get to, you got to go check out BRL.
I would definitely go again without a doubt, for sure. Oh, real quick, cannot forget, shout out to Miss Judy for holding down the fort. She You know that when you come up from 50 floors below, you actually have to look at that woman because she's here in our living room.
The boo is because I'm going out on the damn road again.
Okay, but you don't boo when I say thank you to Miss Judy.
Here, I meant to hit this button.
Lighten up a little, Francis. So,
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. You deal with you come deal with my mama.
Okay, Johnny.
I have no issues with that. Okay. Yeah, Johnny Badass.
He loves your mother.
Lighten up there, Johnny Badass. How about that one? That fits real well.
You shut your mouth. You shut your dirty mouth.
No, shout out to Miss Judy for holding down the fort at the booth. She actually loves running the booth out of the events.
Talking to people.
And people like her better than she like me and Heather, or they like me and Heather all day long. So
I know.
Well, you just can't leave the 2 of us alone. That's
She's
all I can
so
tell
charming.
Yep.
See, even Radar was like, ouch.
Right? Oh.
She should punch him.
That may not have been my finest moment, but hey,
I think she just yelled jerk from the other
room. you know what is one of our finest moments? When Heather does events.
Oh, I can do that.
The Shop Talk events calendar is brought to you by the Bikers Info app, the Everything Bikers app, all in one place, everything you need, and it's free.
I might even have him in the right order today.
No, you shut up.
I might. Backroad Barbecue Run, 6 May 12th through 14th, Trenton, North Carolina, at the Trent River Campground. You can get more information at backroadbbqrun.com. TMMR, Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival, May 18th through 21st at Loretta Lynn's Ranch in Hurricanes Mills, Tennessee. We will be there. Hope y'all are too. That same weekend, and this bums me out that it's the same weekend, is the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. Go to gentlemansride.com and either sign up to ride or make a donation. All of the proceeds go to prostate cancer and men's mental health awareness. It's for a very, very good cause, near and dear to my
heart.
And
a very, very easy way that you can support this great cause.
Absolutely, absolutely. So gentlemansride.com. If you can't participate, donate. Hey, that rhymed. That was awesome.
Oh boy.
Saturday, May
27th
at the Tennessee National Raceway. Sons of Speed 10 Jam 2023. I'm kind of bummed you're not racing. I'm not going to lie. Sponsored by
Unless
Boswell's.
you're racing, then should bitch that you're racing.
No, actually, I love when he's out there racing. I never bitch that he's racing. That's one thing I don't do. I'm like, if you're gonna go out,
wait till she gets a bill for the J model motor.
That's not happening. Let me rephrase that. I love when he's racing someone else's motorcycles.
Okay, Sons of Speed on a track like you will not
Clay
believe.
track.
Like this is old time American racing.
Yeah, it's great. You can stay right on site. It's short money to get in. It's a good way to spend your Memorial Day weekend. Son of a biscuit eater. There's a flyer out of order.
See?
River City Tattoo and Motorcycle Expo in Owensboro, Kentucky. Okay, Saturday, June 10th, Low Life Lowdown. This is a great way to kick off Laconia Bike Week if you love choppers. This is hosted by the Low Life Chopper podcast. Good guys, gonna be a good show. I'm hoping we're up there early enough to go. Go ahead.
Born Free.
June 24th and 25th, out on the West Coast in California. You can get more information at bornfreemotorcycleshow.com.
Okay, wait a minute. James Fletcher just said, laugh out loud. Just don't tell her the cost, Chris. I don't know what kind of financial situation you might be experiencing there, Radar, but I'm pretty sure that if I let 20 grand slip by for a motor for a J model racer, she's going to know about it.
Chris knows two things about money. He has it or he doesn't. That's it. Like, just like his time, he either has it or he doesn't.
Well, that doesn't matter to him because he still says yes anyway, remember?
And who's the one that tells him, like, as far as the money goes, I'm like, yeah, we don't have it. And he's like, okay.
Come on, read the damn flyer.
Black Hills Motorcycle Show. Chris will be there.
I will be there personally on site.
Loser. Deadwood Mountain Grand in beautiful Deadwood, South Dakota. And he's only a loser because he's going and I'm not.
Right.
Whatever. Thunder in the Valley. That's weekend of June 25th, 23rd, 24th, 25th in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. 2023 Iowa Hog Drags and Nostalgia Reunion in Humboldt, Iowa, June 30th through July 2nd. They do have a great Facebook page where you can get information about that. Just like you see, Iowa Hog Drags and Nostalgia Reunion.
Right on, man. So we'll keep posting as many of these events as we can, but what do people have to do to get an event here on Shop Talk, Heather?
Email me.
That's it?
Just email me.
Just
send
email
me an
you.
email.
No bribery, no trickery, no
send
sorcery.
Me an email. I'll throw your flyer up.
I mean, you can
Pretty
send me
simple.
money if you want, but you don't have to.
It won't do anything.
Yeah.
I keep giving Mark money all the time, but it doesn't get me anywhere.
Doesn't get anywhere.
No. I
No,
bought him
that's why
cigarettes the other day.
Great. Try to kill your friend.
I'm not killing him. I mean, listen, I'm not hating. Don't hate the player.
Is that,
Hate the
are
game.
there are more events? Smoke out. Duh.
What were there more events?
Yes.
But really, were there?
But
listen, Joni.
All right, Heather.
Bill Stevens, Chris knows two things about money. He wants it and Heather controls it.
That's right. There's a man that understands my situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Good Times Motorcycle Show.
August 25th.
Now listen, don't you think, being a child of the 70s, don't you think that this show with that name should have J.J. Walker
Yes.
on the poster?
100%.
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
on one of them he is.
Oh, there you go.
Or like
You
if
can
those
get more
bikes would be
information on
Dynamite
that.
or something, you know?
Oh, that's good. You're so smart.
See?
GoodTimesMotorcycleShow.com.
.com.
I think we might actually try to make out that. That's at Griffin Hines Farm August 24th through 27th. Labor Day weekend, Four Corners Rally, August 31st through September 4th. In Durango and Ignacio, Colorado, fourcornersmotorcyclerally.com for more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Smokeout 2023, September 7th through 10th. We actually added on a little time to that event. Lose the Groovy.
No,
It's
listen,
creepy.
I'm not losing the groovy. But one thing I got to mention, we just finalized a deal with Mr. John Jessup.
Oh, yeah.
So on Friday, we're clearing the deck at Smokeout. It is going to be full-on an event called The Gathering. It is an FXR show at Smokeout that features inside of it the Pirouettes Paint Show. So FXR's John Jessup, Dream Rides Tennessee, coming out to Smokeout, all guns blazing for the FXR crowd, and Dave Pirouettes is going to be on site picking the Pirouettes Paint Show awards right out of that.
Are they going to have a class of ones you've just had sitting in your garage for years?
That's our show on Saturday.
No, he means FXRs.
Oh.
You should bring that FXR
You
because
should.
that thing has old school clout. It does.
Yep.
I don't know if you get shit for the paint because you've got like 35 years of overspray on it. But you go ahead, little buddy. You go on, Johnny. Give it a shot.
Nobody ever said you're
He
supposed to cover
might-
everything in the shop whenever you paint.
He
Right
might get beat up for disrespecting the FXR.
Never
but
have.
viewers
No.
out there. I'm just kidding.
No.
Never.
Just
ha-
kidding.
That ain't never.
Relax.
happened.
Relax, Nancy.
I
was
seen Mark
kidding.
fight his way out of a wet paper
Well, on
bag.
top of that, FXR guys, if you have an FXR, you're good no matter what it is.
Right.
So now, when I make fun of them, that would be a whole different story.
So we're going to be announcing some bands pretty soon for
Yep.
Smokeout. You can get your tickets. I threw a link up. We're still working on the website, Dirty Bastards.
Yeah, we got hacked.
We
It's
got
a big
hacked,
long
but
thing.
tickets are
It's
still available.
It's a deal.
It's a deal. It's a thing.
It's a real drama. So listen, appreciate all you guys checking us
Everybody's
out.
quiet tonight.
We have, I know, there's not
What's
a whole lot of
going
comments
on?
going on. Everybody's chomping at the bit. The weather keeps getting shitty and nice
Are we
and
getting
shitty
beat
and
out
nice.
by American Idol or something?
No.
I know that's what Miss Judy's watching.
Miss Judy's probably got her own show going on right now. She's
Do
on the
you
other
see
side
these
saying,
morons
"Yeah,
over
these,
here?
these
The one in the middle's
jackasses."
my daughter. I try not to admit it.
All right, well, listen. Next week we got some coverage coming in from BRL from
Yes.
the time we were there. We have a great show
You're
lined
heading out
up.
west next week.
Heading out west. I got a secret, top secret, super top secret mission that I'm on. Me and Mr. Rick Bray from RKB Custom
It's not a
Speed.
secret anymore.
Why? No, what we're doing is extremely top secret.
Oh.
And it's going to be pretty cool. You guys aren't going to want to miss that. We got a great show lined up for you there. We'll be back in the chair here in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. But until next time, we will see you. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Happy Sunday night, Felicia.
Wasn't that nice?
You're so nice, Mark.
I'm going to give her. It's a
Like to
curse.
thank our sponsors
Mike Draco
for their
said it's the
continued
MTV
support.
Movies
We
Awards.
hope
Do
you
they
pay them a
actually
visit
still
when you're in the market
do,
for great
like,
motorcycle
music
parts,
videos?
products, and events. S&S Cycle, Makuni American, Baco Parts, The Broken Spoke Saloon, Twisted Tea, The Iron Horse Saloon, High Seas Rally, Twisted Choppers, Twin Power, Drag Specialties, Geico, Law Tigers, Tech Cycle, Fueling Parts, Lone Star Rally, Hijinks Apparel, Progressive Insurance, Spectral Oil, No School Choppers,